With the January transfer window just a month away, I thought I might do some more football talks, as these got really good feedback at the beginning of this season. In this video I'll be talking about facts and opinions. I will try to remember to put the fact sources in the description below, and obviously my own personal opinion may be different to your own, and if it is, why not leave your own thoughts and your own opinions in the comments below. Today I'll be talking about Arsenal Football Club, the players I think that should be leaving on loan or on permanently, the players linked to join the club, and the players I think would improve the club towards their Premiership glory, as I personally think this is one of their strongest squads since the Invincible squad back in 03-04. So let's start with goalkeepers. Cech has been outstanding since joining this season, and I guarantee Jose Mourinho is regretting the sale, with their number one injured and Begovic just not being the same keeper as he has been for the previous seasons. Ospina has been a fantastic backup keeper. He cost Arsenal a small fee of £3 million. He made his debut in a 4-1 win against West Brom last season, and I honestly think at least 11 of the Premiership teams this year would have him as their number one all day long. Szczesny looks certain to leave after his Roma loan. He's played 15 games so far for Roma and has had 2 yellow cards and conceded 26 goals. Admittedly, 7 of them were against Barcelona in the 2 legs, but 26 goals in 15 games is ridiculous. A personal friend and Arsenal fan, Michael McCollum, said 10 mil and he can be sold on Twitter, which is a fair price for a great shot stopper. Bit of a tongue twister. Shot stopper. There you go. Finally, Martinez, who has only played 4 times in about 3 years for Arsenal. Once his Wolves loan is finished, I think he should move on to a new club. I think Championship is probably his level of gameplay. He isn't good enough for the Premiership, especially not for a top 4 team. Arsenal shouldn't be looking for goalkeepers this window after finally signing a world-class keeper, being Cech from Chelsea back in the beginning of the season, and Ospina being the ideal backup keeper. The money Arsenal could make on the 2 loanee goalkeepers could go towards new talent, ideally in my eyes towards a new centre-back or striker. Ideally a new striker. World class would be probably their main target this window. Moving on to the defence, I'm going to start on the left because I'm a left-footed left-back, centre-back at heart. They've got Monreal and Gibbs. They both have had a fair share of games so far this season. I think it's about 18 to 15 games. It is very hard to choose a number 1 left back, as in my eyes they are equally as good, although if I had to pick, first choice would go to Gibbs. He's a homegrown player and scored the equaliser against local rivals Tottenham back in November. Monreal, I have nothing negative to say apart from nitpicking at 2 yellow cards, but as a defender you expect to pick up cards. Again, I don't think Arsenal should change anything. At left back, Gibbs and Monreal are both fighting for a starting lineup spot each week, so you should expect the best from each of them. Moving on to centre backs, this is where I might get moaned at in the comments section. I have said in previous videos, and I'll try to be as neutral on views as I can and not to be biased. Arsenal have 5 centre backs on paper. Starting off with Koscielny, a player I never used to rate, just because there was always something a little bit off with him, although this season he seemed to be really solid at the back. This season he has been outstanding, and he's probably been one of the first players on the team sheet each week. Mertesacker, I really don't rate this guy. I never have, and I think Arsenal now have players that can play this role better. I'd rather Callum Chambers play right centre back. I honestly would try and sell Mertesacker to maybe a Turkish league team like Fenerbahce, or maybe even back to the German team he came from, which was Bremen, I think. But yeah, basically I think he should go. Chambers cost Arsenal, some might say, a higher price of 16 mil, but he can play right back and centre back. Obviously being young and English bumped that price up a little bit too much, but considering players like John Stones have a £40 million price tag, I honestly think 16 was a bargain, and I can't wait to see him play more often. I'm pretty sure I've said this in the last Arsenal video I did. Gabriel is the weak link in the back four, and he isn't good enough for the Arsenal lineup. He isn't good enough for most of the Premiership teams. I think Arsenal should try and tidy up the centre backs either this January, beginning with next season by selling Mertesacker and Gabriel, and bringing in some new blood in centre back, someone to challenge the other two. It only takes one injury to disrupt the lineup. I'd go for someone a little bit more experienced, someone like for Mertesacker, someone big and tall, strong, maybe a little bit faster and younger. And for Gabriel, I'd probably go for a young player that can adapt into the starting lineup in a few years' time. Last of all are the defenders, the right backs. At the beginning of this season I said something very similar to what I've said about Gibbs and Monreal. I thought Debuchy and Bellerin would feed off of each other. Unfortunately, Bellerin has been on fire this season and has been outstanding and definitely improved from last season, and this has caused Arsenal to play Bellerin more than Debuchy, which has unfortunately affected Debuchy in the fact that I think the lack of gameplay, we're not seeing the best of him, and Bellerin being in the form he is, I can't see changing. I think the age is against Debuchy, and ideally I think he should move on so he get more of the gameplay that is needed to improve his overall gameplay. So apart from a little bit of tidying up in centre backs and maybe replacing Debuchy, we've got Jenkinson out on loan. He might have a chance next season if West Ham don't make a bid for him, of course. We are going to be moving on to the midfield, which is probably Arsenal's strongest point. Starting with the centre mids, Arsenal are currently playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, so with 3 spots to fill and to cover for each role. Playing in the cam role, you have the likes of Ozil and Cazorla, 2 marvellous and very creative players. Ramsey and when fit Wilshere can play anywhere in midfield and are another 2 fantastic players. And in his second full season, Coquelin has been outstanding. Unfortunately, he's picked up an injury and recently will be out until mid-February 2016. I think all Arsenal are in need to do with their centre mids is to tidy it up a little bit, sell some of the older players like Rosicky, Arteta and Flamini, bring in a new CDM as centre mid, or a centre mid maybe. Again, talking to Michael on Twitter, he said he would like to see Bender or Gustavo take the role in January maybe. Second to last position, we're going to be moving on to wingers. Again, a strong spot for Arsenal. Walcott and Sanchez are the main 2 wingers, with the front 3. The midfielders would be Walcott, Ozil and Sanchez. That is a very, very impressive attack force. Chamberlain scored the winner against Chelsea and has been steadily improving each week. I'm really looking forward to the day he takes over from Walcott. Campbell looks like he might be leaving in January or next season. Arsenal rejected the chance to loan him out this season, but he's low in the pecking order. I'd rather see Gnabry play, as he looks very, very promising. Again, I wouldn't change anything with the wingers. And finally, maybe Arsenal's weakest point, strikers. Arsenal only have 2 main strikers. Ideally, I would hope that this is where Arsenal will spend some of that money that he's been saving up in this transfer window. Welbeck is injured until New Year, and Giroud's goal scoring record of 11 in 26 games is an okay stat, but I think they need a world class striker. Michael suggested Embolo, who has been linked with Arsenal, United and Barcelona in the papers. I'd like to suggest someone like Aubameyang from Dortmund. He's been on fire in front of goal this season and has great pace to fit into the Arsenal team. They have also been linked with a few strikers, including Spanish goal scoring machine Nolito, Inter Milan's captain Icardi, Porto striker Neves. I've also heard rumours about Cavani and Ibrahimovic. As a summary to who and where I think they need to improve, sell the 2 loan keepers, sell Mertesacker back to Bremen or a Turkish club, bring in a faster and younger replacement for Mertesacker, like for like as I said, Debuchy sell so he can get some more gameplay and replace with either Loney Jenkinson or a new player, 1 new CDM or centre mid, and get rid of some of the oldies. And a key signing would be a world class striker. Where do I think they will finish this season? 2nd or 3rd? It all depends on the injuries and obviously depending on the transfer they do make in the end. If you have enjoyed this type of video, please hit that like button, and if you've got different opinions or you agree with me, leave a comment below. I'd like to read what you all think. My next talk will be on Aston Villa. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, please hit that sub button, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and why not check me out on Twitter.